looked in the glass, saw my father's eyes. Same old goal in a different disguise. He said, son, the bottle's a holy grail. You ain't drinking, you're digging your chain. Whiskey and the devil, hand in hand. Burn my shadow in the desert sand. If I die before the dawn, tell the devil I'm moving on. Whiskey and the devil
still hum my song.
The bar was low, the lights were dim, whiskey burning to the brim. He said, son, take a seat and play. One more drink and your pain will fade. In the devil's barroom, the fire don't sleep, the laughter's loud, the secret's deep. Every sinner's got a song to sing, and the devil smiles at everything. Cards on the table, gun on the floor, voices whisper through the door. He poured my soul in a crystal glass, said drink it slow, make it last. In the devil's barroom, the fire don't sleep, the laughter's loud, the secret's deep. Every sinner's got a song to sing, and the devil smiles at everything. Boots are stomping, smoke in the air, he's dancing wild with a preacher's stare, and the jukebox hums that holy sin. Once you walk in, you don't walk again. In the devil's barroom, my time ran out. He raised his glass and laughed out loud, said, son, your song's the one I choose. Now dance for me, you got nothing to lose. In the devil's barroom, still calling my name. I learned early that honor is just a liability. Trust is an illusion. Control is the only reality. The veterans told me to watch who I trust before I turned their empires to dust. I used to think the alliances were real before I learned how the syndicates steal. I played the game, I studied the names, watched their operations go up in flames. The market teaches what the boardroom hides, and I learned how the predator decides. Some lessons come with a financial drain, some arrive wrapped inflicting calculated pain. I learned the hard way. Every hostile takeover has a story to tell. I learned the hard way. The penthouse isn't very far from hell. They can lose everything overnight when my algorithms execute the strike. The truth doesn't care what they want to believe. I learned the hard way. Robbed in a partner with ambitious eyes, believed she could navigate the corporate lies. She tried to extract the data in the dark. Just another traitor missing the mark. I didn't spend a year blaming fate and chance. I liquidated her assets in advance. The reflection in the black mirror stays cold, watching another rival being sold. The ledger tells what the PR conceals. Time reveals who controls the wheels. I learned the hard way. Every hostile takeover has a story to tell. I learned the hard way. The penthouse isn't very far from hell. They can lose everything overnight when my algorithms execute the strike. The truth doesn't care what they want to believe. I learned the hard way. The most dangerous men I ever knew were the ones who remove their limits like I do. Not with bullets, not with street fights, but by erasing accounts in the dead of night. That is the tuition the empire demands. I learned the hard way, and I don't regret a single move I made. I learned the hard way, operating perfectly inside the shade. The path was ruthless, the nights were cold. That is exactly how the world is controlled. Now when the rivals ask how I built this reign, I tell them I mastered the pain. The lesson is over. The assets are mine. Perfect silence. The underworld has eyes everywhere. Loyalty is just a variable in the equation. I thought my lieutenant was secure. The intel proved otherwise. The neon buzzed above the private door. I took my seat on the marble floor. He poured the usual, a quiet blend, knowing this was where the partnership ends. Looked me in the eye and slid it near. An encrypted drive, the data was clear. The offshore wires and the secret meets. A betrayal planned on my own streets. He didn't ask what went wrong tonight. He just wiped the glass in the dim light. The bartender knew before I did. The partner turned, I just had to admit it. He was holding on to stolen funds, thinking he could outsmart my guns. The bartender knew before I did. The contract was breached, the trust diminished, and no amount of leverage can save a traitor heading for a quiet grave. The target kept talking like the line was secure, like his corporate laundering was perfectly pure. My fixer kept listening calm and still, like a surgeon waiting to make the cure. Then he pointed to the empty chair and said the asset is no longer there. The room went quiet, the network slowed, and the execution order finally showed. Sometimes the watchers see things clear when we are too focused on the upper tier. The bartender knew before I did. The partner turned, I just had to admit it. He was holding on to stolen funds, thinking he could outsmart my guns. The bartender knew before I did. The contract was breached, the trust diminished, and no amount of leverage can save a traitor heading for a quiet grave. He said traitors do not turn all at once. First they hide the margins in silence, then they meet the rivals in the dark. The consequence just comes later. I stared into the amber glow and gave the signal to let him go. The bartender knew before I did that loyalty dies without permission, that some accounts close without a sound when the body is buried underground. The bartender knew before I did, but he let me make the call on my own, because every architect has a night like this when he eliminates the risk and operates alone. The encrypted drive is erased. The glass is empty. Perfect silence. like gentlemen do. The rich may own the city's gold, but they can't buy a heart that's whole. When everything is stripped away, character is the price you pay. The strongest steel survives the flame. That's how a man earns his name. I'm a king without a crown. No castle walls, no fame around. I stand my ground when the lights go down. The king without a crown. No servants here, no royal name, just lessons learned through loss and pain. The world keeps spinning, I stay the same. The king without a crown. No applause in the dead of night. No one sees the private fights, but every scar beneath my skin reminds me where I've always been. Don't need the world to understand. A quiet man can still command. I'm a king without a crown. No golden throne to weigh me down. The rain keeps falling on this town. Still I wear no crown. The years may bend these tired bones, but I'll never bow to what I don't own. When my final sunset comes around, I'll leave this world. A king without a crown. Slow guitar bends. Thunder in the distance. They think the neon lights are just for show, but every bulb is a camera, every wire is a vein. The city watches everything, and I watch the city. Neon lights pink, sidewalk blue, illuminating the assets I acquired anew. Every sector, every financial zone knows a syndicate operates alone. A burner phone rests between my hands, executing the hostile takeover plans. The city whispers soft and low. The wire transfers I let go. I leave no trace of what I have done, but the mainframe tracks everyone. Neon lights know my secrets. Every bribe, every unseen debt, every competitor I put to sleep, every hostile threat I met. Neon lights know my secrets, though I never leave a word. They illuminate the money trail and the alarms that no one heard. I intend to kill. The data taps rhythms on the glass, keeping time with the fortunes I amass. And every drop in the market cap is another rival caught inside the trap. The market changes, the empires fade, but the underground monopoly is made. Neon lights know my secrets. Every bribe, every unseen debt, every competitor I put to sleep, every hostile threat I met. Neon lights know my secrets. Though I never leave a word, they illuminate the money trail and the alarms that no one heard. If these grids could speak tonight, they would expose the financial fight about the architect controlling the board and the silent power he has stored. Neon lights know my secrets, but they never judge my game. They watch the corporations fall, and they watch me erase the name. Neon lights know my secrets, from the first wire to the last. They are the silent witnesses to the shadows I have cast. The grid goes dark, the fun is clear, perfect silence. They move their assets across borders. They think distance provides security, but the global market is a closed loop, and I hold the key. and every rival is swallowed by the shade. Every horizon looks the same at night when you manipulate the satellite light. They keep on running toward a safe retreat, but I own the ground beneath their feet. Every horizon looks the same at night, just another sector in my line of sight. And somewhere between the borders they crossed, they realized the war was already lost. I met a rival in the penthouse suite. He offered a fraction to avoid defeat. He said every market is a chance to run. I told him the acquisition was already done. His empire dissolved long before the dawn. Every horizon looks the same at night when you command the ultimate height. The markets don't care how far you have flown, they only answer to the unseen throne. Every horizon looks the same at night, and now they finally understand the view. The global grid was never a place to hide. It was a web leading straight back to me. The servers sing, the borders erase, perfect silence. Used to hate an empty table, used to fear an empty room. Thought happiness was always waiting in somebody else's shoes. So I chased crowds through neon, bought rounds for people I barely knew, laughing loud enough to hide the silence, running from the truth. I spent years searching everywhere for a piece that wasn't there. The best company I ever had was myself. After everyone else became a memory on the shelf. When the music stopped and the lights burned low, I found a man I never really known. The best company I ever had was myself. No lies to sell, no mask to wear, just an honest soul beneath the scars, learning how to enjoy the dark. Sat alone, roadside diners, watched the sunrise through motel glass. Drove for hours without a destination, just letting old boats pass. Funny how solitude changes once you start calling it loneliness. What used to feel like an empty space became a place to rest. The world kept telling me to be alone, but some men find themselves alone. The best company I ever had was myself. After the heartbreaks and the farewell bells, road out. One night the bartender asked me, "You waiting for someone?" I looked around the room, at the empty chair, the untouched second glass, the door that never opened. And I smiled. No, not anymore. The best company I ever had was myself. Not because I stopped loving anybody else, but because I finally learned to stay when everyone else walked away. The best company I ever had was myself. And that's a hard-earned kind of wealth. No matter where these highways end, I'll never travel alone again. Slow guitar under a fading neon sign. The city settling into silence. A man finishing his drink, unhurried. Softly on the penthouse glass while the offshore wire went through. I poured a drink and took my seat, watched the city grid blur away. The rain never asks about the collateral, it just washes the tracks away. Allies compromise and rivals fold. Midnight storm does what it's told. The rain makes a better accomplice than the fixers I have known. It doesn't question the execution when I am operating alone. The rain makes a better accomplice. It obscures without a word, and somehow in the falling drops, the sirens are never heard. I have shared tables with the cartel chiefs who only boasted of their wealth, and I have watched their empires dissolve when I liquidated them by stealth. But the rain against the rooftop never tries to change my mind, never asked me where the bodies are or the assets are left behind. It asked for nothing in return. It only watches the city burn. The rain makes a better accomplice than the fixers I have known. It doesn't question the execution when I am operating alone. The rain makes a better accomplice. It obscures without a word, and somehow in the falling drops, the sirens are never heard. Tonight The surveillance grid feels distant, lost behind a curtain of gray. And I am grateful, because the storm understands something the feds don't. Silence isn't empty. It is the sound of absolute control. The rain makes a better accomplice when the neon starts to fade. When the competitors walk in uninvited and are swallowed by the shade. The rain makes a better accomplice than the syndicates I used to chase. Because every drop that hits the glass erases the final trace. The rain keeps falling. The evidence is gone. Perfect silence. The city finally lowers its voice. The traffic fades, the phones go dark. The world stops asking things from me and leaves me alone with my thoughts. Neon reflections on wet pavement, a whiskey resting in my hand. No deadlines, no expectations, just the quiet and a tired man. Some people fear the coming dark. I wait for it all day long. Midnight is my favorite hour. When the masks come falling down, when the noise gives up its power, and silence takes the crown. Midnight is my favorite hour, where the truth don't need a name. The whole world finally slows enough for me to hear myself again. I watched 1,000 sunsets vanish and 1,000 mornings arrive too soon. But there's something about the space between that feels more honest than noon. The streets belong to dreamers now, to taxi lights and drifting rain, to old souls carrying old stories, trying to make peace with yesterday. The moon hangs low above the town, like an old friend checking in. Midnight is my favorite hour, where memories visit without demand, not to haunt me like they used to, just to shake my hand. Midnight is my favorite hour, when regrets lose their sting, and the ghosts I've spent years fighting finally stop arguing. People think I stay up late because I can't sleep. Truth is, I stay awake because midnight feels like the only time the world stops pretending. Midnight is my favorite hour. No spotlight, no crowd, no show, just a man and everything he learned from the long road home. Midnight is my favorite hour, the one place I still feel free. yesterday and tomorrow I get to simply be. Slow guitar echoing through an empty street. Rain tapping softly on a cafe window. A distant train crossing the edge of town. I've slept in roadside motels, under signs that barely glowed. Watched 100 different sunrises from 100 different roads. Some men belong to cities, some men belong to names, but every place I've ever loved eventually changed. So I stopped looking for a place to stay and learned to love the road instead. I belong to the miles, to the white lines running through the night, to the engines humming low and slow beneath the pale moonlight. I belong to the miles, to the roads that never ask me why. The farther I go, the more I know. I belong to the miles. The rearview mirror holds old stories, faces fading with the years. Some I miss, some I don't, but all of them brought me here. I've crossed deserts full of silence, I've crossed rivers made of rain, and every mile took something from me and left something in its place. The road doesn't promise anything except another dawn. I belong to the miles, to the lonely highways and neon signs, to truck stop coffee at 3 a.m. and thoughts that sharpen with time. I belong to the miles, to every wrong turn and every detour, because somewhere between where I was and where I am, I found myself. A man once asked me, "Where's home?" I looked out the window at the endless dark ahead and smiled. Wherever the road decides to teach me next, I belong to the miles, not because I'm running away, but because the road became a part of me somewhere along the way. I belong to the miles, to the freedom hidden in the unknown. And if I keep driving until the end, at least I'll know I followed my own road. The steady rhythm of tires on asphalt, a blues guitar drifting through the radio, headlights disappearing into the darkness. over severed tires and burnt bridges. I do not mourn, I calculate the return on investment. Every liability I cut loose made the throne more secure. I used to track the alliances that broke, the syndicates that went up in smoke, the boardrooms that closed without a sound, the competitors I buried underground. I carried the intel like a loaded gun, a shadow monopoly second to none, thinking mercy was a debt I could repay, until I finally stripped it all away. Then one night, beneath the encrypted light, I saw the architecture in black and white. What I illuminated made me stronger, not when it happened, not right away. It took years of precision, calculated play, to understand the absolute price I paid. What I illuminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vote door. The lieutenant who tried to take my crown taught me how to burn a network down. The insider who vanished when the order came taught me who to permanently erase from the game. The naive illusions I used to hold forced me to turn the operation cold. In the silent battles I engineered taught the global market what to fear. Some lessons come dressed as a financial drain. Only later do they solidify the rain. What I illuminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vault door. What I illuminated made me stronger. Though the board was chaotic back then, the liabilities that nearly cost the throne built the untouchable empire again. If I could speak to the younger man, operating blind in the dark, I would tell him, you were gonna shed things. Allies, illusions, versions of yourself. It will require absolute ruthlessness. But do not let it make you hesitate. Let it make you lethal. What I illuminated made me stronger, not because the sacrifice is a noble art, but because I chose to execute the plan with a completely mechanical heart. What I illuminated made me stronger, not when the midnight service somebody else's shoe. So I chase crowds through neon evenings, ball rounds for people I barely knew, laughing loud enough to hide the silence, running from the truth. I spent years searching everywhere for a piece that wasn't there. The best company I ever had was myself. After everyone else became a memory on the shelf. When the music stopped and the lights burned low, I found a man I never really known. The best company I ever had was myself. No lies to sell, no mask to wear, just an honest soul beneath the scars, learning how to enjoy the dark. I've sat alone in roadside diners, watched the sun rise through motel glass, drove for hours without a destination, just letting old ghosts pass. Funny how solitude changes once you stop calling it loneliness. What used to feel like an empty space became a place to rest. The world kept telling me to belong, but some men find themselves alone. The best company I ever had was myself. After the heartbreaks and the farewell bells, when every distraction finally disappeared, I learned how to listen instead of hear. The company I ever had was myself. The only man who stayed through every hell, every wrong turn, every midnight doubt, every road in, every road out. One night the bartender asked me, "You waiting for someone?" I looked around the room, at the empty chair, the untouched second glass, the door that never opened, and I smiled. No, not anymore. The best company I ever had was myself. Not because I stopped loving anybody else, but because I finally learned to stay when everyone else walked away. The best company I ever had was myself, and that's a hard-earned kind of wealth. No matter where these highways end, I'll never travel alone again. Slow guitar under a fading neon sign, the city settling into silence, a man finishing his drink unhurried. Used to walk into every room, wondering what they think of me, changing colors like a chameleon, trying to be what they wanted to see. I wore confidence like a borrowed suit, a little too tight, never quite right. Smiling for strangers, chasing approval, losing pieces of myself every night. Took a long road and a lot of mistakes, to start living for somebody else's gaze. Now I'm comfortable in my own skin, with every scar and where I've been. I don't need the crowd to let me in. I'm finally comfortable in my own skin. The years left marks, but I wear them well. Every line's got a story to tell. I stopped trying to be who I should have been, and got comfortable in my own skin. The mirror doesn't show a perfect man, just one who survived what he had to survive. A few broken dreams, a few closed doors, and enough wisdom to stay alive. I don't miss the masks I used to wear, or the battles fought for empty praise. There's freedom in not needing permission to live life your own way. The older I get, the less I pretend, and that's a trade I'd make again. Now I'm comfortable in my own skin, with every loss and every win. The peace I found came from within. I'm comfortable in my own skin. No throne to claim, no race to run. No need to prove what I've become. The quiet feels more like home these days, and I'm comfortable in my own skin. One night I looked at my reflection, expecting to find regret. Instead I found acceptance. Not because everything worked out, but because I finally stopped fighting who I was. I'm comfortable in my own skin, the kind of peace money never gives, the kind you earn after enough years of learning what truly matters. I'm comfortable in my own skin, not perfect, not undefeated, just honest enough to stand alone and call this life completed. Warm blues guitar, soft rain against the window, a distant train fading into the dark. I've slept in roadside motels, under signs that barely glow. Watched 100 different sunrises from 100 different roads. Some men belong to cities, some men belong to names, but every place I've ever loved eventually changed. So I stopped looking for a place to stay and learned to love the road instead. I belong to the miles, to the white lines running through the night, to the engines humming low and slow beneath the pale moonlight. I belong to the miles, to the roads that never ask me why. The farther I go, the more I know. I belong to the miles. crossed deserts full of silence. I've crossed rivers made of rain, and every mile took something from me and left something in its place. The road doesn't promise anything except another dawn. I belong to the miles, to the lonely highways and neon signs, to truck stop coffee at 3 a.m. and thoughts that sharpen with time. I belong to the miles, to every wrong turn and every detour, because somewhere between where I was and where I am, I found myself. A man once asked me, "Where's home?" I looked out the window at the endless dark ahead and smiled. Wherever the road decides to teach me next, I belong to the miles, not because I'm running away, but because the road became a part of me somewhere along the way. I belong to the miles, to the freedom hidden in the unknown, and if I keep driving until the end, at least I'll know I followed my own road. The steady rhythm of tires on asphalt, a blues guitar drifting through the radio, headlights disappearing into the darkness. There was a time I feared the silence. I'd leave the TV on all night. Anything to keep the shadows talking, anything to drown out my own mind. I'd fill my days with noise and motion, crowded bars and empty friends, running from the man inside me, afraid of where the road might end. But loneliness has a patient hand. It teaches what no one else can. The quiet became my friend, somewhere between the whiskey and the rain, when all the voices disappeared and I was left alone with the pain. The quiet became my friend. It never lied, it never pretended. It showed me truths I didn't wanna see, until they finally set me free. I learned the language of midnight, the hum of tires on distant roads, the sound of old regrets dissolving like cigarette smoke through a broken window. The city still shines outside my door, but I don't chase it anymore. I've made peace with empty rooms and conversations with place I call home. The quiet became my friend when the applause faded in the end. When the crowds moved on to someone new, and I finally heard what was true. The quiet became my friend, not because the world stopped hurting, but because I stopped fighting every feeling buried within. One night I sat in the dark, no music, no drink, no disguise, just me. And every mistake I'd ever made, I thought the silence would judge me. Instead, it listened. Quiet became my friend, the kind that stays when others leave, the kind that asks for nothing but honesty. The quiet became my friend, and now when midnight comes again, I don't run from the empty space, I sit beside it like an old friend. Weak men drink to escape reality. They hope the bottom of the glass hides their failures. I drink to appreciate the reality I created. The truth is simple. I own the board. Bartender nods, pours the luxury blend. We both know how the hostile takeover ends. A fresh glass lands on the marble wood. Another rival liquidated for good. The mainframe hums a digital tune, routing offshore funds beneath the moon. And every ledger cuts straight through to the empire I am expanding anew. They keep shifting the assets in their hand, but the absolute truth dictates the land. Another glass, same truth. No evidence left, no need for proof. They think they can outsmart the net, but the syndicate always collects its debt. Another glass, same truth. The leverage gets stronger, the strike cuts through. No matter where they try to hide, I control the rising tide. They blame the market, they blame the state. They blame bad luck instead of my weight. They blamed every algorithm I engineered. Everything except the phantom they feared. negotiate with reality. I dictate it. Another glass, same truth. The night is mine when the daylight isn't. They came here hoping to escape the trap, but found the architect redrawing the map. Another glass, same truth. The hardest road is the one I paved, and somewhere between the first wire and the last, I stopped observing the world and started ruling it. The ice settles, the funds transfer. Perfect silence. The weak mourn their losses. They weep over severed ties and burnt bridges. I do not mourn, I calculate the return on investment. Every liability I cut loose, made the throne more secure. I used to track the alliances that broke, the syndicates that went up in smoke, the boardrooms that closed without a sound, the competitors I buried underground. I carried the intel like a loaded gun, a shadow monopoly second to none, thinking mercy was a debt I could repay, until I finally stripped it all away. And one night beneath the encrypted light, I saw the architecture in black and white. What I eliminated made me stronger, not when it happened, not right away. It took years of precision, calculated play to understand the absolute price I paid. What I eliminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vault door. The lieutenant who tried to take my crown taught me how to burn a network down. The insider who vanished when the audit came taught me who to permanently erase from the game. The naive illusions I used to hold forced me to turn the operation cold, and the silent battles I engineered taught the global market what to fear. Some lessons come dressed as a financial drain, only later do they solidify the rain. What I eliminated made me stronger. Every severed tie, every hostile war didn't leave me vulnerable or blind. It locked the final vault door. What I eliminated made me stronger. Though the board was chaotic back then, the liabilities that nearly cost the throne built the untouchable empire again. If I could speak to the younger man, operating blind in the dark, I would tell him, You are going to shed things. Allies, illusions, versions of yourself. It will require absolute ruthlessness. But do not let it make you hesitate. Let it make you lethal. What I eliminated made me stronger. Not because the sacrifice is a noble art, but because I chose to execute the plan with a completely mechanical heart. What I eliminated made me stronger. Now when the midnight servers spin, I toast to every liability I drop for teaching me how to win. The liabilities fade. The empire stands. Perfect silence.
The masses crave recognition. They want their names in lights. I prefer the shadows. You cannot target a man who does not exist. A thousand nights beneath the corporate towers and surveillance lights. They used to have a file on my face. Now I am an encrypted ghost in the database. The old accounts are closed, the funds rearranged. The offshore shell companies constantly changed. The federal agents kept searching while I stood still, executing a hostile takeover will. Let the politicians chase the fame. True power has no public name. I made the city forget my name, like encrypted data in a burning frame. The networks I built, the markets I played, all weaponized inside the shade. I made the city forget my name. It was the ultimate tactical move I made. Now I control the streets the same, operating perfectly inside the shade. There was a syndicate that knew my start before I tore their monopoly apart. Now their legacy lives somewhere far away, like a bankrupt firm the market forgot to pay. The young executives run like I once did, certainly can't outsmart the global grid. I watch them pass beneath the neon signs, knowing I own their financial lines. Let the politicians chase the fame. True power has no public name. I made the city forget my name, like encrypted data in a burning frame. The networks I built, the markets I played, all weaponized inside the shade. I made the city forget my spend my resources owning the dark. No spotlight lasts forever, but the ledger is absolute. I made the city forget my name, and that is exactly how I win the game. I don't need statues, I don't need praise to dictate the market's darkest days. I made the city forget my name, the absolute phantom of this place. And when the final audit arrives, I will vanish without a trace. Surface wiped, the identity is gone. Perfect silence. Weak men hold on to memories. They keep photographs and regrets. I only keep ledgers. The past is a liability. I erase it. The servers went dim. The mainframe processed the final skim. The fixer stacked the drives in line, erasing the footprint out of time. A cartel boss laughed near the exit door, the same way the others did before. Back when their monopoly felt secure, before I engineered the lethal cure. The era is ending cold and clear. No liabilities remain here. Last call for the old regime, last breath of their corporate dream. Raise a glass to the fools holding on. By the morning light they will be gone. Last call for the old regime, before my algorithms clean the stream. Some empires fall, some syndicates pay, but no rival survives the break of day. There is an encrypted file inside my coat, the final threat that the old guard wrote. A younger boss with reckless eyes believed he could compromise my prize. I tracked his network with my thumb, knowing exactly what he would become. Funny how the system wipes the details first and leaves the competitor in the dirt. The network goes quiet, the silence grows. The underground ledger finally closes. Last call for the old regime, last breath of their corporate dream. Raise a glass to the fools holding on. By the morning light they will be gone. Last call for the old regime, before my algorithms clean the stream. Some empires fall, some syndicates pay, but no rival survives the break of day. My fixer looked my way and said, the past only haunts the men who leave witnesses. We left none. I stared into the amber light, and authorize the final strike. Last call for the old regime. One more toast before they leave. To the rivals, the threats, the schemes that built the monopoly I command. Last call for the old regime. The market is closing, the final bid. And as I secure the global grid, I ensure I leave no trace behind. The drives are wiped, the accounts freeze. Perfect silence.
The underworld has eyes everywhere. Loyalty is just a variable in the equation. I thought my lieutenant was secure. The intel proved otherwise. Buzzed above the private door. I took my seat on the marble floor. He poured the usual, a quiet blend, knowing this was where the partnership ends. Looked me in the eye and slid it near. An encrypted drive, the data was clear. The offshore wires and the secret meets. A betrayal planned on my own streets. Ask what went wrong tonight. He just wiped the glass in the dim light. The bartender knew before I did. The partner turned, I just had to admit it. He was holding on to stolen funds, thinking he could outsmart my guns. The bartender knew before I did. The contract was breached, the trust diminished, and no amount of leverage can save a traitor heading for a quiet grave. The target kept talking like the line was secure, like his corporate laundering was perfectly pure. My fixer kept listening, calm and still, like a surgeon waiting to make the kill. Then he pointed to the empty chair and said the asset is no longer there. The room went quiet, the network slowed, and the execution order finally showed. Sometimes the watchers see things clear when we are too focused on the upper tier. The bartender knew before I did. The partner turned, I just had to admit it. He was holding on to stolen funds, thinking he could outsmart my guns. The bartender knew before I did. The contract was breached, the trust diminished, and no amount of leverage can save a traitor heading for a quiet grave. He said, traitors do not turn all at once. First they hide the margins in silence. Then they meet the rivals in the dark. The consequence just comes later. I stared into